Synopsys reportedly is in talks to acquire Ansys. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. Ansys currently has a market value of about $30 billion. The deal with Synopsys could be struck early in 2024. So this one is interesting. Again, Jared,
yes.
coming from the Journal, it would mean, if it happens, a big new design software giant. Ansys market value about $30 billion, did, per the Journal, about $2 billion in 2022. Could have, in terms of timeline, could happen as early as next year. So some pretty big deal making, perhaps, to kick off the new year. We just spoke with Teneo's CEO on the show, and they surveyed execs and found that most do expect a pickup in M&A next year. You know, on the one hand, we're talking about how, you know, still kind of a relatively tough regulatory backdrop, Lena Khan, the FTC. On the other hand, you know, financing costs coming down. So maybe the first signs here of what they were serving. Synopsys, by the way, strong run this year, up about 70%. Analysts are fans, 14 buys, 2 holds, 1 sell. Its customers don't hurt, names like NVIDIA and AMD, among others.
Yeah, it's a fairly big company, too. And by the way, just this story broke earlier today. We didn't know the suitor who was going to buy Ansys, but there was a Bloomberg report that was circulating this. So we actually have analyst commentary from earlier in the day who did not have the privilege of knowing who the suitor would be. But here's Bloomberg Intelligence saying, with the largest market share of the simulation software market at 42%, Ansys is an attractive M&A target. KeyBank, which holds it a sector weight, analyst is saying that Synopsys may be the most, Synopsys, so that's the eventual suitor, just guessing there, may make the most strategic sense in terms of a potential buyer of Ansys, given the two companies have shared opportunities and overlap in 3D IC. However, Synopsys may not have the cash means for the $28 billion, because this is not a cheap company. If we go to the Wi-Fi Interactive, I'll show you Synopsys right here. This has a market cap of $80 billion. I'm circling that right now. Well, you move down to Ansys, $31 billion. That's a big difference.
Yep, sure is. And Synopsys, by the way, we should mention, declined to comment on the rumor and speculation, but a story, of course, we will continue to cover here.